Assalamualaikum my dear students. Welcome to NIVS Home School. I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty. I am also fine. Here I am Kamrun Nahar, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. My dear students, today I am going to take an agriculture studies class for the students of class 7. And our today's topic is lesson 3 and 4 from chapter 5. So do you remember the name of this chapter? Yes, agricultural production. So all of you take your agriculture studies book and go to page number 81. And lesson 3 is about the cultivation process of tuberose and marigold. So these are the common flowers of our country, and nowadays flowers become an essential part of our everyday life because we use flowers for different purposes. Whenever we want to celebrate a festival or our birthday or any other occasions, we use flowers. We also use flowers to decorate our home, or we can also use flowers to make a garland or bouquet. So there are different use of flowers in our everyday life. And nowadays people are involving in flower cultivation, that means in this sector, and many people earn their livelihood by producing and selling flowers. So flower plays a great role in our economy also. So let's start our class today. Now lesson 3, the cultivation process of tuberose. The variety that holds petals in a single row is called single, and the other variety that holds petal in 2 or more row is called double. And this is the variety of tuberose, and we all know that tuberose is white in color and it is very and it has a very good smell. So these are the 2 varieties of tuberose. Now we will know about the reproduction. The reproduction of tuberose takes place from in Bangladesh. They stay hidden underground in winter, and when the winter is over, the bulb is segregated from the thickets. So reproduction of the tuberose takes place in Bangladesh from the bulb, and the bulbs look like onion. Now look at the book, page number 81, figure number 5.7. Now look, it looks like an onion. The bulb looks like an onion. Okay, and we will plant this bulb in loamy and sandy loamy field. Okay, now look. Now the plantation of bulb. Now we will know about the plantation. And tuberose grows well in loamy and sandy loamy field, and bulb is planted with 20 to 30 centimeter distance in between rows, 10 to 15 centimeter from one plant to another plant, and 4 to 5 centimeter deep in the ground. So that means if you want to plant tuberose in a field, the distance between these 2 rows will be 25 to 30 centimeter, and the distance between one plant to another in one row will be 10 to 15 centimeter. Now look, this will be 10 to 15 centimeter. So if you plant one tuberose here, you will give a gap of 10 to 15 centimeter, then we will plant another bulb here, and it will be 4 to 5 centimeter deep in the ground. And after 3 to 4 months of plantation, the bulb will blossom. Now we will know about the application of fertilizer. And when you try to plant tuberose in the field, at first we will make the soil granular by plowing 3 to 4 times and by harrowing. And after harrowing, while tilting, in each hectare of land 10 ton decomposed cow dung manure, 200 kg urea, 300 kg TSP and 335 kg MOP fertilizer should be mixed with soil, and then we will apply it. And after 30 to 45 days of planting bulb, 125 kg urea fertilizer should be sprayed again in a use over way and should be irrigated. So there are 2 steps of application of fertilizer in tuberose. At first we will mix all the fertilizer mentioned here, and then we will apply it, and when 30 to 45 days is over, we will apply 125 kg urea fertilizer again, and then we will irrigate the soil. Now interculture. And for tuberose we will choose a land which is which is which has adequate sap in it, that means which is little bit moisture, and irrigation should be ensured immediately after planting bulb, again after the plant shoot, and once again when the plant reaches to the height of 10 to 15 centimeter. And my dear students, before selecting a field, we will be careful about the waterlogging. That means there shouldn't be any waterlogging in the field, otherwise our plant, the plant of the tuberose will die. And when blossoming starts, 1 to 2 irrigation helps the plant flower much and lessens molting of flowers. So when when it bloom, we will try to give 1 or 2 irrigation to get a better production of flowers. And because of the fungal rot disease, the bottom of the plant which is close to the ground gets rotten and the plant dries up to die away. Most of the time harmful insects don't affect the tuberose cultivation, but that is a fungal rot disease, and if it becomes severe, what will we do? Mixture of 250 EC tilled with water at the ratio of 0.5 milliliter per 1 liter water should be spread at the bottom of the afflicted plant. So if the plant is afflicted with the fungal disease, we will apply 250 EC and at the ratio of 0.5 milliliter per 1 liter, and then we will spray it. Now the flower plucking. And tuberose is mainly sold as the longish stem or flowers with stalk or fallen flowers without stalk. And what we do with the fallen flowers? We make garlands with the fallen flowers. Otherwise, we will try to pluck it with the longish stem or with the flower stalk. And when we pluck the flower, it is good to pluck flowers either in the morning or in the evening. And after procuring flowers, the lower part of the stem should be dipped into water. And do you know why? Because of it, flowers can maintain their freshness and brightness. So before sending the flower to the market, we will make a stack of flowers and we will wrap it with black polythene. Then we send it to the market. So this is the cultivation process of the tuberose. Now we will go to lesson 7, the cultivation process of marigold. Okay, let's go. The cultivation process of marigold. And marigold is a very common flower, we know, and we can grow it in the park or in our house also, isn't it, or in our yard. Now look, marigold can be grown in the yard, park and in the tub in a veranda. So we can also grow it in the field, and we know the use of the flowers in different purposes, but the flower, the leaves of this plant is also useful. How? Bleeding from the wound stops if the fluid from the leaves of marigold flowers is used on the wound of the body. So the leaves of the marigold plant is also useful because it helps us to stop our bleeding. Now we will know the variety of marigold. So variety identification, and there are two species of varieties in our country, and what are they? African marigold and French marigold. And African marigold grows about 100 centimeter tall, and we get different different colors from African marigolds like yellow, golden and light orange. And the second one is French marigold, and the color of this flower is red, and the plant grows 10 to 15 centimeter tall. Now the seedling production. Now the plant of marigold can be developed from seed and through grafting a branch from the stem. That means we can grow seedling from the two process. And during the rainy seasons, seeds are sown thinly, and thus the seedling is produced. 1 month old seedling is suitable for plantation. So this is one process. We can sow seeds thinly during the rainy seasons, and we can get the seedlings, and we can also get the seedlings or the plants from the grafting of a branch. Now we will know the second process. For branch grafting, healthy plants should be selected after they blossom, and from the branch 2.5 centimeter wide and 5 to 10 centimeter long part should be cut off. So what is the amount of the branch? What is the ratio? 2.5 centimeter wide and 5 to 10 centimeter long. And these cut off branches should be implanted in the mixture of sand and loamy soil in a shady place. That means where sun rays can't go. And it should be implanted in such a way that at least a node of bunch remains under the ground. So you should be careful about it. There should be a node of bunch which should be remain under the ground. Now the land preparation and plantation. High and loamy field is the best for marigold cultivation. So we need to choose a land which is high and loamy, and it is better to plant sapling at the ending part of the rainy season. So we will plant the sapling or the small plant at the ending part of the rainy season, but before that we will make the soil granular by plowing it 4 to 5 times. And in the main field, distance in between rows should be 60 centimeter, and one plant should be 45 centimeter far from another plant. So the distance is 16 centimeter between the two rows, and there should be 45 centimeter far from one plant to another plant. And if you want to cultivate the plants in tubs, short type of marigold can be selected. Now application of fertilizer in the marigold plantation. For every decimal of land, 40 kg decomposed cow dung manure, 1 kg urea, 0.80 kg TSP, that means 800 gram TSP, and 0.70 kg, that means 700 gram MOP should be mixed well, and then we will apply it to our soil. And 1 to 1.5 months after plantation, only urea at a rate of 0.70 per decimal should be utilized. That means per decimal you will use 700 gram urea when you will use it, you will use it after the plantation of 1 to 1.5 months. And now we will know about the tubs. In case of planting in tubs, 250 gram decomposed cow dung manure with urea, TSP and MOP 1 teaspoon should be mixed for each tub. So for each tub you will mix this fertilizer, and the amount is 250 gram decomposed cow dung, and TSP and MOP is 1 teaspoon. And 1 to 1.5 months after plantation, 1 teaspoon urea should be used again. So we will use urea fertilizer again after the plantation of 1.15 months. And when we plant our marigold in a tubs, we will use this amount of fertilizers. Now enter nurturing. And before irrigation, we need to weed out the field so that it can be clear and our plants can grow well. And considering the fluid situation of the soil, 1 to 2 irrigation is enough. So at first we will consider the moisture of the soil, and then we will irrigate 1 or 2 times. To get more flowers, the tip of the plant should be cut off when the plant grows a little bigger. So when the plants grow a little bigger, we will cut off the tip of the flowers, tip of the plants. For why? To get more flowers, to better production. A bamboo post should be fixed with the plant so that the storm, wind, irrigation and the weight of the flowers cannot tip the plant over. So the plants need a support, and we will give a support by a bamboo post. Now disease pest management. And harmful insects are not seen to attack marigold plants usually, but there is a bacterial wilt disease which can cause the plants dry up from the top gradually, and at one stage the whole plant dries up to die away. So what will you do to prevent this disease? The afflicted plant should be picked out and burned down. So we will pick out the afflicted plant and then we will burn it down. Now flower plucking. And marigold flowers should be plucked along with its peduncle with scissors, and we will pluck it with peduncle so that the flowers can remain fresh for a long time. And after procuring flowers, water should be sprinkled on it, and before sending it to the market, we will wrap it with a black polythene. So my dear students, this is the cultivation process of marigold. So today we have discussed about the cultivation process of tuberose and the marigold. And dear students, there is a homework for you, homework number 6, and don't forget to mention the homework number in your SW copy. And what will you do as your homework? You will make 6 MCQ with answer, that means multiple choice question answer from lesson 3 and 4, and the chapter is 5. So my dear students, today I have summarized the lesson 3 and 4. So what will you do at home? You will go through these 2 lessons, that means lesson 3 and 4 very carefully, then we will make your multiple choice question with answer. And my dear students, you will do your homework in your SW copy and you will submit it within on every Sunday within 8 AM to 4 PM, and it is very important because your SBA, CT and dye marks will be given on the basis of the submission of your homework copies. So, I hope you have understood our today's topic. So, that is all for today. Keep practicing at home and listen to your parents. See you again. Allah Hafiz.